Okay, hi. I'm Rylee, I'm 21, I'm a Libra. This is the start of a series that I'm going to be doing on chronic pain. I've been dealing with chronic pain since I was probably, I'd say it kind of really started when I was 9 and I'm now 21, so it's been a long time of, living with pain. So I just thought I would just kind of do a little bit explain to you guys, what I have. What I want this vlog series to kind of do. If it could help one person, that would be cool. And I put a little poll out on my Instagram to see if people would be interested in it, and people said that they would be, so hopefully, yeah, okay. I study psychology at the University of Chichester, which I love. I have the best time there and I really enjoy the course, and I've met some of the best people ever, so big up Chichester. Chronic pain, that is something, as I said, I've been dealing with since I was really little. I want to get it clear now, I'm not chronically ill. I don't have an illness which typically causes chronic pain. I do have a funny foot though. Yeah, so let me explain. My left foot is a size 4, sometimes a 5, depending on the shop. And my right foot is a size 7, 8. So there's a bit of a size difference. And just for some perspective, when I was around 14, my left foot was a size 1 and my right foot was a size 5. It was the same size difference, but it was more considerable when I was younger because a size 1 and a size 5 you don't usually get in the same shoes and stuff like that. I'll start from the beginning. When I was 6 or 7, we noticed my foot wasn't growing and it was kind of a bit clubbed. If you think of a typical club foot, if you think cerebral palsy, it's kind of growing like that rather than that with a small bridge, had a high arch. So yeah, we went to the doctors and they were like, okay, we'll refer you to hospital, and they did that. They weren't really clear what it was, and then they said it's a cadaverous deformity. Now if you Google it, nothing comes up, maybe one article, it's not really a thing, but they did think it was possibly cerebral palsy, but only just affecting the foot, and that can be a thing. The rest of my body is pretty much fine, and cerebral palsy has a lot of other implications that I don't suffer with, so yeah, they kind of pushed that to the side, didn't think anything of it. You have to have full body checks and stuff, and they also noticed that my spine was wonky, so I've got scoliosis. So usually scoliosis, your spine has a curve, a bend, but mine bends slightly, but it also twists a bit, so it's kind of going wee rather than that. That's fun. When I was 8, I finally had an operation on my foot to try and elongate it. That was a bit of a shit show. I will be swearing, I can't help it, but yeah, the operation was a bit of a shit show. I was in the waiting room for hours. I was in the waiting room for 3 or 4 hours, and the surgeon who was meant to be operating on me wasn't even in the building, and we were like, okay, cool. I had this operation, I was in the hospital for 1 night, I think 1 night. But yeah, I came out of surgery and I was in the wrong cast. I was in a big, massive plaster cast, and I had to stay in a wheelchair for 12 weeks with my leg elevated at all times. And then when I got my cast taken off, the doctors were like, cool, walk. I hadn't walked in 12 weeks, and bearing in mind I was 12 years old and in pain still, and they were like, okay, so you just need to put pressure on it, and I was like, I don't know how to do that, and I freaked out. I completely freaked out. I put a bit of pressure on it, cried, and yeah, this is when the chronic pain started. This is what kind of spiraled it. I had high sensitivity, neuropathic pain around my scarring, and didn't want people to touch it. I was very, very fussy with the physio touching it. She was lovely. So scary, the definition of a physio-terrorist, they call themselves. She was so scary, but quite nice. This sensitivity grew, and I couldn't have people touching my foot. To this day, I'm still a bit funny about it. I can kind of rationalise it a bit more, but yeah, because of this, I just couldn't recover properly, and I was walking funny, and this is when my limp started. So if you know me in real life, I have a limp, kind of bobbing along like this through town. So yeah, that's when the limp started, and when you have a limp, the rest of your body kind of goes off kilter. That wasn't good, and that just continued affecting my body. I was fatigued really easily, just going on a dog walk. knocked me out. So yeah, so since then I've had 2 more operations which were kind of fixing the mistakes of the past. I'm still very sensitive around scarring. I have very weird thoughts about like hospitals in general that freak me out. I'm very phobic of watching anything with a knife or any blood. I can't because it makes my foot feel funny. So there's lots of like impacts of having surgery. Like the actual operations weren't that dramatic. I am though. Basically my chronic pain comes from recovery from operations, and so whilst I don't have anything inherently in my body causing me pain, the way that my body falls and walks and distributes weight and pressure, it's not good. In turn, as I said with my back, this affects the upper of my neck and affects pressure in my head. So I also get migraines because of my foot. Like, you wouldn't think that to be a thing, but you know. So it's been 12 years of pretty much every day just being in pain. And some days are fine, and some days I can do like 3 workouts, go on a dog walk, go to work, study, and it'll just be lulling in the background and it's fine. There are other days where actually it's a struggle. Like, it's, yeah, I don't know. And for someone, you know, a lot of people I meet, and you know, you might mention you have chronic pain and they go, oh, well, I've got that too. And it's like a lot of people have it and you don't realise. Or even chronic illness. I mean, I can't speak on behalf of that because I'm not chronically ill. But people do have like these invisible illnesses and invisible struggles as well as mental health. Like, obviously I can't not acknowledge that. I'm a psychology student. Essentially, that's where I come from. That is my history with chronic pain. Within this series, what I'm kind of wanting to do is to explain the impacts it's had on me when I was at primary school, at secondary school, during GCSEs, during college. So that's going to tap into social stuff as well. University, Chichester, I can't fault, they're very understanding of like needs and disabilities and stuff like that, so that's good. Also want to talk about the impact it has on mental health, and also I want to try and I don't know if it will be very good, but I want to try and do I want to try and do a vlog about the impacts of having chronic pain as a performer, because it has impacted my performance ability and capabilities. My phone gave up. I've just worked out on your watch you can make your phone record from your watch, and I can see myself. So now I'll know if it stops. Okay, this is good. It was coming to the end anyway. So what did I last say? Performance. Yes, I want to talk about that. Yes, I called it kind of chronic because I'm very well aware that I am very lucky. I know people with chronic pain that, you know, they can't do things day to day. I'm lucky with most days. Okay, maybe not at the moment, but like most days I am able to do what I need to do. And yeah, so I'd say like on the scale of 1 to 10 of chronic pain, I'm usually like a 5. So I'm in the middle, I'm balanced, and I can be at a 1, I can be at a 10, you know, have a bit of variety and spice. I'm very balanced because I'm a Libra. No, I'm very, very lucky. So that's why it's kind of chronic, because I'm not like chronic and I'm not like chronic. Why do I talk like this? I blame TikTok. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to say. If you've got any like questions or whatever, let me know. I need a haircut, so these are going to be made over lockdown, so I'm just going to tell you this bird's nest is going to get so much worse. Yeah, I'm going to go sit on a proper chair because my back is now hurting. Ironically, I'm going to do some uni work, and I am going to try and edit this, which I don't really know how to do. This is going to be interesting, guys. I had an overwhelming response on Instagram to say this would be a good idea, so if it's not a good idea and this fails, it's not my fault, it's not on me. I need new glasses. It died again. What I was going to say is that I need new glasses because these are wonky on my face, so it wasn't even that important. But I do want to say goodbye. So, goodbye! Until next time.